Okay, this is going to be my fifth and final clip. We're going to find out more about the auto industry's number one preoccupation, Trump. This is an article out of Detroit by Mike Coleus, Christina Rogers, and Joanne Lublin from the Wall Street Journal. Detroit auto executives typically spend the end of the year prepping for the product debuts and thinking up ways to spark sales. This time around, Detroit's chiefs devoted considerable time to trying to figure out how to deal with the nation's new commander-in-chief. Union bosses are being called in to consult on how to reshuffle factory work. Board members are trying to figure out who has friends in President Donald Trump's new administration, and task forces have been created to monitor his Twitter account. At a dinner party during the Detroit Auto Show earlier this month, Ford Motor Company chief executive Mark Fields said he reread Mr. Trump's The Art of the Deal. He reread Mr. Trump's The Art of the Deal over the holidays. He first read it in the 1980s, but wants to better understand the new occupant of the Oval Office. American companies, several of which have been scolded by Mr. Trump, often via Twitter, are suddenly grappling with a new unpredictable force in their operations. Barbs have included the price the Pentagon pays for Lockheed Martin Corp. Jets and whether Carrier Corp. Assembles furnaces in Indiana. AT&T chief executive Randall Stephenson recently met with Mr. Trump, who had expressed concerns about the telecom giant's proposed purchase of Time Warner Inc. Few industries have spent as much time in Mr. Trump's crosshairs as the U.S. auto sector. Less than a decade after U.S. automakers bounced back from near catastrophe, thanks to a bailout from Washington, they had been rattled by a series of tweets by Mr. Trump accusing them of not being sufficiently committed to U.S. jobs and investment, given their heavy reliance on overseas production. It's new territory for most of us. Fiat Chrysler Automobile's Nevada chief executive Sergio Marchionne said during a discussion with reporters earlier this month. None of us have had a tweeting president before. It's a new way of communication, and we're going to have to learn how to respond. Mr. Marchionne and the other heads of Detroit's big three automakers, Mr. Fields and General Motors Company, Chief Executive Mary Barra, are scheduled to meet with Mr. Trump for breakfast Tuesday to talk about jobs, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer said on Monday. A spokesman for the Trump administration didn't respond to requests for comment. In a recent interview, Mr. Trump defended pressuring individual companies to commit to U.S. investment. I'm not micromanaging, he said. And we're going to end there.